Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today, we're going to be playing through a game that is coming to Kickstarter called Moon Syndicates.
Yes, this game is designed by Jarrod Carmichael and published by Arkus Studios, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, players are taking on the roles of syndicate crime bosses in Shadow Moon, trying to strike it rich.
That's right, this is an area control and hand management game for 2 to 5 players, in which players are going to be utilizing different agents in order to have the most influence and complete operations. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with a teach of the game, and then we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, if you are interested in this campaign, there's a link in the description which you can check out at your leisure. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Moon Syndicates. Welcome to the Shadow Moon.
There it is.
Now, like we're mentioning, in this game, we play as syndicate crime bosses who are trying to control the various sectors of the Shadow Moon. There are 15 sectors in total, and over the course of the game, we're going to be spreading out our player influence tokens over the various sectors in order to claim these operation tokens, as well as earn credits so that we can have the most amount of points by the end of the game. And so the way that the game works is the game is played over the course of 3 rounds, and each round, players will be dealt a hand of 6 agent cards. Now, the agent deck is comprised of a certain number of syndicates, and that's going to be dependent on player count. And basically, each syndicate is a different suit made up of 10 cards, and they all sort of act asymmetrically. Now, the game comes with a total of 10 different syndicates, so you can sort of mix and match the ones that you want to play with, but these are the 5 that we're playing with today.
Yeah, so our agent deck is comprised of 50 cards, 5 times 10.
That's right. And players will also be dealt a hand of 3 secret objective cards, and that's in addition to the 3 objective cards that will be public. So then, starting with the first player and going clockwise, on your turn, you'll play and resolve a card from your hand. And these different agent cards all operate based off of a series of keywords, a majority of which we'll probably explain as we play the playthrough. But just so you know, one of our main goals, especially initially, is to try to claim these different operation tokens. Now, each player starts the game with 1 operation token that's called Petty Crime. And before playing a card on your turn, you can optionally utilize one of these operation tokens to take the effect that's at the bottom. And so for each player's starting operation token, this allows us to just add 1 influence anywhere on the board. But once you've used an operation token, then you'll flip it face down. And these operation tokens will vary in what they can do, so we'll be describing those as we play the game as well. And so played cards go into what's called your focus pile. And when played, you're first going to resolve all of the effects that are above the line. And so as you can see here, each agent card has this dividing line with text that are written above it, as well as text that are written below it. And so in the case of this agent card, the text above it says, I can add 1 influence adjacent to Corp Sec. And so they are always going to reference different sectors of the board, which means I can add an agent, or one of my influence, adjacent to the Corp Sec. So it's going to be any sectors that are touching the border.
Yeah, separated by a particular line.
Right. So then maybe I'll place an influence in the neural network because I already have one there. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish control in these various sectors. And in this game, a player has control over a sector if they have at least 2 influence and they have the most amount of influence out of all players around the table.
So now that Monique has 2, she officially controls the neural network. Now, because we are using a top-down camera here, we are going to try to designate who has control. So we're going to be using a red cube and basically placing it on top. That way it's just a little bit more visual for players to, or for everybody to see.
In addition, my card says that I can also push 1 from Avant, which is this sector over here. And pushing means that you can push any influence that is in that sector to an adjacent one. And over the course of the game, as you'll see, we're going to be pushing and pulling and moving other players' influence as well as our own. Now, you may notice that there is a large sector in the middle here called the Spire. And the Spire is sort of special because at the end of each round, for each sector you control, you're going to gain 1 credit from the supply. However, the player controlling the Spire will gain 3 credits. So it is a bit more valuable. And so when resolving resolving that push, I may decide to push into the spire.
So as of right now, Monique has 1 influence in the spire. She does not officially control it.
That's right.
The other thing that's very convenient about the spire is it's adjacent to many of the other sectors, so you can kind of maneuver and move out of the spire and into the spire for your convenience.
Once you've finished resolving the above the line effects, then the card will actually be added to your agent stack. So over the course of the round, we are going to be stacking cards sort of like this because the syndicate that they belong to, or otherwise known as their suit, is going to be very important. Because once the card is moved to the top of your agent stack, then you can potentially be able to resolve the effect that is below the line. And so the criteria for that are that if it is the first card in your agent stack, or if the card's suit matches the same syndicate as the previously played card into your stack, or if the previous card was played face down, which we'll talk about in a second, then you can resolve the bottom, the below the line effect, which in this case says you can strengthen 2 in the neural network. And strengthening in this game means if you have control already in that sector, then you can add the additional number of influence shown.
So what does that one say? Strengthen 2?
2.
Yes, so you have control in the neural network,
Yes.
so now you can add 2 more influence there.
Right, and we'll try to just keep stacks of 2 maybe, just so it's a bit easier to see. So basically the only situation where you would not be allowed to resolve the below the line effect is if the 2 cards do not match in terms of their syndicate type, then you would not be allowed to resolve that effect. So we're going to try to be cognizant of these stacks. There's also going to be cards that allow you to manipulate other players' stacks, basically burning them by placing them in the top of the burn pile. So as an example, this Legion card here says you can add 1 to all sectors of the burned card and then burn 1. So burning is going to be a very important concept during the game. At the start of the game, we're going to start with 1 card in the burn pile, and typically these cards don't get added back to the deck, but some cards, such as this one, will reference the card that's on top of the burn pile. And so in this example, this says add 1 to all sectors of burned card, which means you can add 1 influence to all of the sectors that are referenced on the burned card. But that's essentially how playing cards works. Now, I briefly mentioned how sometimes cards can be played face down. And so on your turn, instead of playing a card face up, you can choose to just place it face down on top of your stack in order to place 1 influence anywhere on the board. You may want to do this if you really want to get into a specific sector that you don't have a card for, or if you really want to take the below the line effect of your next card.
Yeah, it could be a very good setup card.
Right. Then, once you've finished resolving 1 card, you may optionally fulfill 1 operation on the board. Each operation token shows a value, and in order to claim the operation token, you must have a number of influence in one of the 2 sectors that it's touching that is equal to or greater than that number. And so in the case of this wild token here, players have to have at least 4 influence in one of the 2 sectors that it's touching, as well as control. And if so, then you can choose to optionally claim the operation token. You would remove all of your influence from that 1 sector, even if you have more influence than what's required. But for each additional influence you had to remove that is in excess of the requirement, you gain 1 credit from the supply.
And again, credits are your points at the end of the game.
And so are these operation tokens. The value is both how much you have to spend in influence as well as the number of points you'll get for them at the end of the game. So if I were to claim that token, then I would have to remove all 4 of my influence here, losing control, but gaining me those 4 points for sure at the end of the game. And a lot of these operation tokens have actions that you can take at the start of your turn, optionally, except for these wild ones. These are going to score us points at the end of each round for the secret objective cards in our hand, as you'll see.
And after a player has fulfilled an operation, you draw a new token from the bag, and wherever it intersects is where you're going to play it. So this one says the Spire and Presidio. We have Presidio here. The Spire, of course, we know about. And you just place it right in the in-between.
And again, you can only claim 1 operation per turn. Then, before ending your turn, you can optionally choose to manipulate by either swapping out a card from your hand with 1 from the card row, or you can discard a card from your hand to the bottom of the draw deck and draw 1 from the top of the deck. Now, for your first time play or just for a more simple variant, you can also choose to not play with the card row, but we are going to be playing with it today to make it more strategic. And then play would proceed to the next player clockwise, and we continue playing turns like this until all players have played out their entire hands. Then, once the round ends, we're going to score each sector in which we have control of. And so for each sector that you control, you'll gain 1 credit from the supply, and whoever controls the spire will gain 3 credits. And this is done at the end of rounds 1 and 2. Players will also reveal and score one of their secret objective cards. And the way that these works is there are 2 criteria. We have an objective at the top that scores you 1 credit from the supply for each of your operation tokens that match that same keyword. Right now, I have 1 wild token, which means I would gain 1 credit because you can apply a wild basically to any one keyword. And at the bottom here, you'll gain 3 credits for having control in whatever sector that is. So in this example, if I have control of the space docks, which is here, then I would gain 3 credits. And if I'm not able to score either of these 2, then for each one I could not score, I would get to flip over one of my exhausted operation tokens so that I can basically use it again. Then at the end of rounds 1 and 2, you're going to pick up your entire card stack. And if you have fewer cards in your stack than 6, then you'll draw from the top of the deck until you have at least 6. And from those cards, you're going to choose 3 of them to set aside and bank for the final round. Because at the start of the 3rd round, you're not going to draw additional cards. You're basically going to pick up all those cards that you saved from rounds 1 and 2, and those are the cards that you're going to be able to play.
Yeah, so you have to be very intentional about which cards you're going to play because you might be having to use them in round 3.
And so the 3rd round is played a little bit differently. At the start of the 3rd round, the secret objective card that we did not play at the end of the 1st and 2nd round will get added to the objective cards that were set out at the start of the game, which means throughout the game, you sort of get to control one of the public objective cards that we're going to be scoring at the end of the game. And whatever sector that it states at the bottom will become a minor sector that we are going to be trying to control in order to score additional 3 credits at the end of the game. And if a player adds an objective card that already has a minor sector control on it, then you'll flip it over and it becomes a major sector, which means at the end of the game, whoever controls this sector will gain 6 credits instead of 3.
Which is a good amount.
And in round 3, the game is played exactly the same, except we will no longer have a card row, which means you'll skip that manipulate step at the end of each of your turns, and you'll only play out those 6 cards that you had planned in rounds 1 and 2. And at the end of the game, players will score points for all of their operation tokens that are shown across all of the objective cards. And if several objective cards show the same operation token, then it becomes a multiplier. And at the end of the game, we'll again score for sectors we control. We'll score for the spire, the major and minor sectors, as well as the objective cards. And we'll also add up the total of all of our points via our operation tokens. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins and becomes the #1 mob syndicate crime boss. But that's essentially it. So we're going to go ahead and get cleaned up and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, we are set to go. Everything has been shuffled up and redistributed. Now we have 3 hidden objective cards, as well as our 6 agent cards that we're going to be using during this round. And we also had some pre-setups. So I am in these 2 locations. Monique is in these 2 locations. And there was a draft aspect of where we're going to start.
Yes.
And I am the first player, so I chose these 2 locations while Monique chose these 2.
Now, during the teach, we explained the main structure of the game, but we did not go over every keyword. We also didn't discuss the status tokens. And so in this game, there are 2 different status tokens. There's a lockdown and displacement. We are definitely going to be using these, so we'll explain them the first time they appear. And because we are playing 2-player, there are a number of setup modifications that were made in order to scale for player count. And so if you did not join us for the teach, we are only playing with 5 different syndicates in the agent deck. We also have 3 objectives that are set out from the start of the game. This is dependent on player count. And so if you are playing a 5-player game, as an example, you don't have any of these set out. And lastly, specifically for a 2-player game, we are going to be utilizing the assistance of a kingpin boss of sorts.
Named Bob.
Named Bob. So this is our AI, and we'll be explaining how they work as we play the game. But just so you know, every time a player takes a turn, the kingpin will move afterwards. And the player who just took their turn gets to make all of the decisions for the kingpin. Otherwise, I believe that is everything that you need to know in order for us to get started. Everything else we'll just explain as we play the game.
Sure.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah. All right, I'm going to start it off as I am the first player. Now, I am going to take the optional first step of my action, which is called hustling. And I'm going to use my petty crime ability here. And this basically says add 1. So I get to add 1 influence somewhere that I'd like.
Okay.
So I am going to flip this over, designating that I've used it already. So I have to wait until I can refresh it to use it ever again. And I'm going to add 1 to the maze.
So soon.
So soon. And so now I'm going to indicate that I have control here.
Okay.
That way it's just a little bit easier. So I have 2 pieces there. So now I officially have control.
Yeah, if you did not join us for the teach, the game does not come with these red cubes.
Yeah.
We're just doing this because we just have a top-down view so that you can easily kind of see who is in control of a sector.
Exactly. So I see that this token right here has 5 points on it.
Right.
Plus it has the word fraud, which happens to be one of the public objectives that are there.
Right.
So it seems like a good way to get some points or to compete for some points at least.
Yes, but keep in mind that these are going to be scoring at the end of the game.
Yep.
So this is just sort of like a forecasting what you'll be able to score.
It's a justification for why I'm taking certain types of actions. Now I'm going to deploy my first agent into my focus pile. And so it is going to be here. This will represent my focus pile, and then I'll move it over afterwards.
Sure.
The text at the top says, usurp 1 anywhere. And then after I complete that, I can transfer 1.
Oh.
So usurp.
2 keywords here.
2 keywords here, yeah.
The usurp keyword allows you to choose one sector where you don't have control. And that is really important, the no control part. And in that sector, so as an example, if Naveen were to choose the embassy, he would pull 1, which allows you to take an influence from an adjacent sector, and it does not have to belong to you.
Right.
And he can also add 1. And I'm saying 1 because it says usurp 1 anywhere. But if it were a different number, then you would do it for whatever that number amount is.
So basically, I can do this anywhere except the maze because I do control the maze.
Right.
So I'm going to choose the corpsec as where I'm going to be doing this particular usurp. So I'm going to bring you in.
Oh my gosh.
There. All right, that's good.
So soon.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add 1 there. So we are 1-1.
Okay.
Nobody has control
Nobody has
because, again,
control.
2 is control.
2 minimum.
Okay. And then after that, I'm going to do the second sentence, which is transfer 1. Transfer basically allows you to move an influence cube across borders.
That's right. It's 1 influence across an adjacent border. And again, does not have to belong to you.
Right. And so I'm just going to boot you onto your own self here. Monique,
Wow.
you can control this. Go ahead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now I have control of Arcano Complex
Yeah.
because I have 2 in here and I have the most,
You
technically.
do. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I'd like to keep you in just one little spot. Hopefully you don't have anything to do with that area. So now that the above the line actions are completed, I'm going to move this agent card into my agent stack, which will be right below here.
It's the first card of your stack.
First card of my stack. So that
Yes.
means I am allowed to take the bottom here.
Uh-huh.
And this has the keyword strengthen 1 anywhere. Now, to strengthen, you have to have control in that location.
Right.
And that basically means you're going to strengthen that location by adding 1 influence into it. So I'm going to use the maze as my particular location.
Okay.
And now I have 3. So we're going to keep these in stacks of 2. So I have a total of 3 at control there. Now, mathematically, I cannot fulfill an operation by having enough value in influence. So I'm going to go straight into manipulate. And I will take advantage of manipulate right now. So I am going to get rid of this card here, and I'm going to swap it with this one. So this one allows me to strengthen in the spire. So I think I would want to do that at some point.
Okay.
There we go.
And remember, alternatively, you can discard to the bottom of the draw deck to draw the top card from it. And that step is optional. But that's essentially it. Are you done with your turn?
That's it, yeah.
All right. The
Bob.
first kingpin turn.
Yes.
So whenever the kingpin goes, whoever just went is going to roll the die.
Yeah, so we have a 6-sided die.
Yes.
And we'll just walk you through it right now. Okay, so I rolled a 1. So they are going to take the action of the depicted card in the particular section of the row. So it's going to be this one right here. And of course, if we rolled the Bob face right here, then you would just take the top card of the
Bob's
draw deck.
upside down.
Bob's upside down. There you go. So I don't want to lose my 1. See now I lost my 1. There it is. Okay, so we are going to now resolve this card and only the top line for them. So it basically says add 1 to the bazaar and pull 1 to the bazaar. So the bazaar is located up here. So they are going to add 1 influence to the bazaar, and if they could pull 1 from to the bazaar, then they would. Now there is no legal place to do that, so you just end it right there.
Right.
Now, if there was multiple choices as to who can be pulled in, then because I'm the one controlling them for this particular turn, I would then make that decision.
Right.
All right. So
it's almost like an extension of your turn,
my turn,
with some forced moves, and they never resolve the below the line effect.
Correct.
But the card that they played still gets placed into their agent stack because, as you'll see, there will be cards that allow us to manipulate each other's agent stacks, and you can still take cards from them.
Right. So that's the end of my turn, and now we are going to refill Bob's card right there.
Nice.
All right.
Good job, Bob.
There you go.
Bob, by the way, will never earn credits, so they're not competing for score. They just help move along the card row and manipulate influence on the board.
Yeah, they will create conflict on the board.
Yes. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to skip the hustle step. I'm going to save this for later.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and deploy an agent into my focus pile, which will similarly be here.
Okay.
Now, my above the line effect says I can add one to the bazaar.
Oh,
so
look at you competing
I'm here.
with Bob.
In addition, I can add one adjacent to the bazaar. So
Okay.
it is high time that somebody entered the spire.
Yield Spire. Okay.
Now, this is going to get added to my agent stack, which will start here. And my below the line effect says I can interfere too. Now, interfere is a new keyword. Interfering allows us to draw the specified number of cards from the deck. And then I can place that number of cards from my hand on top of agent stacks. So I'm
Including
basically
yourself.
ruining their plans so that it makes it harder for them to activate the below the line effect. And yes, including myself, I can choose
Yeah.
myself if I wanted to.
Yeah, maybe if you don't have one of those cat symbols going into the next, you can
Yes.
set yourself up for something that does
Or
match.
if I really like the card and maybe I want to save it for round 3 because we're going to have to bank 3 cards at the end of the round, there are many reasons as to
reasons.
why you'd want to interfere.
Yep.
And so I'm going to go ahead and place this agent card to the top of Naveen's stack.
Okay, so she's changing up my symbol.
Changing your symbol. So if Naveen wants to take the below the line effect of his next card, it has to be that one.
Okay.
And then I'll play this card to the top of my stack.
Changing it up, huh?
Changed up, yes, I've changed
Changing
the suit there.
symbol. Okay, very good. So you're not actually taking that action. That's just completing that interfere. You interfered with yourself.
I did. I
Okay.
interfered with the both of us.
There you go. All right, so Bob time.
Wait, no, I
Oh, you
get
have
to
more?
manipulate.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
still get to take a card.
There you go.
I'm going to swap my card with this one.
Okay.
All right. Now that's the end of my turn.
All right, now Bob time.
So let's see. Yeah, it's Bob
Where you
time.
going, Bob?
Bob's turn.
Okay, there we go.
Oh.
We have the Bob face.
The Bob
So
face.
we reveal the top card.
And Bob is going to add one to each sector with a lockdown
Okay.
token. Now, lockdown is a status token that we did not describe during the teach, but we probably will soon. And right now, there are no sectors that contain this status. So if you cannot resolve the effect,
Then you shall not.
You shall not. That's
All right,
it.
that's it.
Still get placed to their stack, though.
Very good.
Okay, Naveen.
All
your
right.
turn.
Well, since you switched this up, I do have a card that matches it. So
No.
I will play this one. This one is going to be add 1 to the space docks, which is here.
Okay.
And then it says push 1 from the space docks. So I'm going to set that up by adding 1, and then I'm going to push right into here. This seems to be a nice little spot
Into the
for some
Presidio. Yeah, that's
tokens.
nice.
Yeah. Because this is now going to go into my
Your
agent stack,
agent
and
stack.
it does match.
Yeah.
I get to do the bottom lockdown,
Ah.
space docks, or adjacent. I'm going to lock this down.
Okay, so lockdown is the red side of the status token. And anytime you add a status token, whether it's lockdown or displace, you also get to add one
Right.
from your supplies. So
Yeah.
Naveen gets to add an additional
So
one.
I am locking down.
Status tokens are attached to your influence so that we know who they belong to, and each sector can only have one status token at any given time.
Right.
And so if, for example, I were to play a card that lets me lock down the Presidio, adding another status token, instead of adding one, I would remove the one that's
Yeah.
there.
It basically counteracts it.
Yes, lockdown makes it so that other players cannot manipulate the influence belonging to that player. So
Yeah,
because
so-
this is here, I cannot change Naveen's influence in the Presidio at
So
all.
like my very first turn, right, when I pulled into the corpse sec because I
Yes.
did the usurp, if that was lockdown, I would not be able to influence that one.
Right. On the other hand, whenever we play the displace keyword, we would use that side.
Mm-hmm.
And this allows the player belonging to that status token to optionally reroute any influence that gets placed into that sector to an adjacent one.
So a perfect example is if Monique was trying to find her way into here to
Yeah.
maybe overtake me here.
Yeah.
And if I had that symbol showing, then I can say, you know what, actually, I'm rerouting you here
To an
or I'm
adjacent.
somewhere else like that.
Yes, exactly. But Naveen chose lockdown.
I
so
chose,
there's
well,
that
it is locked down. Yeah.
Anytime your influence gets completely removed, like if you complete an operation token or at the end of the round, then these status tokens get
They come
removed.
off. And I am not going to take another card. I'm going to keep the cards I have.
Okay.
So Bob time.
Bob
Let's see what
time.
we have. We're going to roll. We have 1 again. Bob chose this one.
The Legion card.
All right, what does it say?
So it says activate the burned card above the line. So above the line, this is the burned card. And above the line, it says
Yeah.
draw and place the top card of the deck.
All right, so that's what we're doing, right?
Draw and play the top card of the deck.
All
Yeah.
right, so Bob is going to actually take this one right here.
Yes.
Okay, so Bob is taking this one. Add 1 to corpse sec, transfer 2.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's a bummer.
So add one. Add one to corpse sec.
Yeah, corpse sec is where I am. And then
then
he's going to transfer 2. So
two.
transfer again is push into adjacent areas.
Now, there's a decision that has to be made here because transfer to does not specifically say from corpsec.
No.
So it just has to be two influence that are moved across borders.
Yeah, I'm
so
thinking
Naveen.
this seems like a smart move. Thanks,
Okay.
Bob, for that. That's one. Now I must do it to its entirety.
Yes, because it's Naveen's turn, he gets to decide.
Yeah. Why don't we make the decision and get you out of the spire? Why don't we put you over there?
Okay,
There we go. So we've gone across. We've transferred you across using Bob's ability.
right. I'm assuming we would go back to this because it also says burn one.
Correct. Yeah.
So now Naveen gets to choose a card from the top of somebody's agent stack and burn it.
Yeah. This one, since you set it up so nicely for yourself, let's go ahead and burn that one.
That's really mean.
There we go. So Bob is working for me.
That's so mean. This gets placed on
I mean, you
top of
did this to me.
Bob's stack
There you
also.
go. Okay, perfect.
Oh no, what have I done? I'm ruined.
Oh, no, you're not ruined.
All right, well, it's back to me, and I did not foresee that. I actually swapped out a card
nice,
in that
yeah.
planning, but I think it's still going to be fine. So, we need a new
Yeah,
card
new card. Okay.
for the card row.
Very good.
I'm going to skip straight to deploying an agent, and I do have another one of those from that syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
This says draw and play the top card of the deck, and so that is why it's important for you to play to your focus pile because the order matters.
Right.
Which is actually potentially really bad for
Yeah,
me.
you don't know
Hold
what
on,
you're gonna
wait,
get.
wait.
Okay.
You know, I'm just gonna do it
Go
anyway.
for it. Yeah, we
It's
know the
fine.
card exists now.
We
There
know
you
it
go.
exists. So draw and play the top card of the
Ooh,
deck. It is a
skull
different
bones.
suit.
What do you got?
Okay. Add one casino
Casino.
and then pull one
So you
into the casino.
cannot pull from here.
I cannot.
You cannot legally pull anywhere because there's nothing adjacent to it.
And Naveen has
Locked down.
lockdown. So there you go. That is a good
Use of it.
demonstration of
Yeah,
that.
There you go.
So that really foiled my plans because this gets added. The top of my focus pile gets added to my agent stack.
Mm-hmm.
Does not match. So I cannot do the bottom here, which has displaced a casino or adjacent.
And then now that
But now
doesn't
this
match.
gets added,
Oh, perfect.
which also does not match.
Excellent.
So this did not go the way I had planned it.
Are you gonna
It's
manipulate?
Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna manipulate. I'm going to swap this card, which may have been mine previously,
Oh, is that right?
back into my hand. I really should just discard one and top deck it, but
Oh, okay.
it is what it is. All right, Bob, please.
What do?
Please do something helpful for me.
One.
One.
He's loving this one.
Yes. Okay. Add one to the Presidio.
It's not good, Bob.
Yes.
Stay away.
And then add one adjacent to
so
the
you
Presidio.
do have to do it. So
Okay,
it can
I
either
do.
be here, 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 or here. Or you yeah, that's it.
No, just
Yeah.
can I have one influence, please?
Yeah. So where are you gonna put them? You don't want them in the casino, clearly.
I don't
right?
want them in the
I'm just gonna
casino.
kind of stack these a little bit here so we can see a little bit better. There we go.
Okay. Let's put Bob in the space docks.
Yeah, just away.
There you go. Just kind of away.
Stay away, Bob.
And then we just need a new card.
Yep.
All right. Back to you, Naveen.
Okay, so
Four
you did
cards
interfere this, but fortunately it was a suit that I had stuff fits. So I'm gonna play.
I interfered a long
this
time
card.
ago.
I know, but it's all compounding. It's all part of it. So let me just keep the last two cards at least showing.
Yeah, you can
for
do it
Bob.
sideways
Yeah,
for Bob.
sideways, yeah.
That makes it easier.
So I'm playing this one. This one says add one anywhere. So I'm gonna add one to the maze.
Okay.
I really pushed hard on the maze here. So I have a total of 5 here. So I will be
I'll
collecting.
make a new stack for
Okay,
you.
sure.
Boom.
All right, and then push one from the same sector. Now I choose to not do that. I can say no to that.
Yeah, the only thing is if you wanted to do the push one, you have to do the top one.
Exactly.
Because it references the same
Yeah.
sector.
But if I was to push from here, then I would lose the 5 that I need to
Yes,
get this
to
fraud
get the
token.
fraud.
Yeah. So I don't want to do that. Okay, then now I'm going to go ahead and slot this into my agent stack over here, and it says lock down up to 2 sectors of the burned card. So what is depicted there?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Or Corpsec.
Or Corpsec. Okay,
It's
well,
anywhere and Corpsec.
let's lock down Corpsec.
You want to lock down Corpsec?
Yes, please.
Okay, add one.
Mine, yeah.
Add one.
Yes, and then I'm going to add 1. So then here you go. And then I'm going to put a control marker for us.
You're now in control because Naveen has 2 in this sector.
Corpsec.
I'm just going to leave it like that. These tokens can be slotted in to each
Mm-hmm.
other so they can stack nicely, but we'll just do that so you can kind of see there's a second token.
Sure. Now, technically, I have another ability to lock down. Now, I would not want to lock down one of Monique's. Well, actually, you know what? Let's lock down this one. Let's lock down the bazaar. Let's lock down.
Well,
theirs.
why don't you lock down the maze?
No, because I am about to claim it, so it's just going to go away.
No, but you add an influence when you lock down And if you claim an
You add
operation
an
token,
influence. Yes.
if you add an,
Thank you.
if you claim an operation token in surplus, then you gain credits.
Thank you for that. I will. Yes. So Monique,
You owe me.
I owe you a point. Okay. So basically, what she's saying, lockdown here. Even though I'm going to claim this because I go above, I'm
Yeah.
going to get 1 extra credit. So
Right.
thank you. I appreciate
Because
that.
it said lockdown up to 2 sectors of the burned card, and the
Right.
burned card references the corpse sec as well as anywhere.
So now I am going to fulfill our very first operation of the game.
Aha.
So I have 6 total showing here.
Yes.
I have control of this area, and fraud needed me to have 5 influence total.
Right.
So
And it has to be in one of the 2
Correct.
sectors that it is adjacent to. And it doesn't matter if another player, so say, for example, I also had 5 in here, that does not affect Naveen at all.
it's a snooze you lose
It's
kind of thing.
You just have to have equal to or greater than that and control in the sector.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So yeah, so I'm going to get this one right here. So I'm going to take this token, which is
yes.
nice.
Congratulations. It's
Thank
5
you.
points.
It's 5 points at the end of the game, plus this transfer
Plus
ability.
1K at
Plus
the end of
1K
the game,
at the
'cause it's
end,
matching
yeah.
that, but you must remove all of your influence.
Yes, so I had 6. I only needed 5, so I'm going to get 1 credit
Yeah.
to my name.
To your name.
There we go. So I got a credit.
Yeah, and this status token gets
It's gone.
removed.
Meaning, we
Meaning?
need to find out where the new one is.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully it's next
Somewhere
to
where maybe the
Arcano complex?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, are you vouching for me?
I don't know.
The maze and the supply depot. Supply depot.
there you
and
go.
The maze. Where you just left. It's a violence. You need
Violence.
4.
Okay. And I will choose not to manipulate. I'll hang on to my cards.
All right, Bob time.
Bob, what do?
What do,
Let's see,
Bob?
2. Okay, add 1 to the Presidio.
And burn 1.
Burn 1. Bob.
Yeah.
Bob's here now. So this is a problem because I no longer control the Presidio.
Okay.
And so now I'm going to take my control marker off
Uh-huh.
and then burn 1.
Yes.
Okay, so
what are you
let
gonna
me
burn?
go ahead and do that. And I think I'm just going to burn this cat. We're just going to put it over here. Because I know you took a card to set that up. So there you go. All right.
Look at this guy, though.
I know. It's a good looking one right there. Okay, there you go.
Now, sometimes we may play cards face down instead of face up to place an influence anywhere. You cannot burn a face down card.
Right.
All right, it's fine. It's fine, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to play this card.
does it
That
say?
lets me add 1 to the casino.
Okay. There
So
you go.
now I have 2 here.
You're
So I have
controlling it.
control in the casino.
There you go.
And add 1 adjacent to the casino. Let's go back into
Back
the
into
spire.
the spire. Very good.
I cannot do the bottom effect because these cards now no longer match.
Okay.
And then I think for my manipulate phase, I am going to discard this to the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
So that Naveen does not know what suit I'm taking
you
here.
got. Okay.
And neither will I,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's right. Yeah,
So
yeah. You're taking
It's
a
a
chance.
surprise to us all.
Okay.
Okay, wow.
What shall Bob do?
Interesting. All right,
On their
Bob.
turn.
Bob, please help me out.
What do you got, Bob?
I need you.
1.
Okay.
They love that one.
Add 1 to Avant
Okay.
Here.
Uh-oh.
and pull 1
So
into
you're in control here.
Avant. Okay, interesting. So I can pull from the bazaar. I could control.
Like if you pull this into here, like your own into here, then you would control that, right?
I know. It is a debate, but I guess I will just pull myself into
Okay. And then you have
Avant
control.
just to gain
At
control.
end of
of
round, you
another
would
sector.
you would have that.
1 credit.
1 credit.
At the end of the round.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
good.
That is it for Bob. So now it goes to you, Naveen. We're
Okay,
halfway through
halfway
the round.
through, yeah.
We have three turns left. So we are kind of running out of time.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, I am going to play a card that's not going to match. So I'm going to place this to my focus.
Good.
I'm playing this symbol right here. So it's add 2 to embassy.
Okay.
So I have 1, 2. So I will control
Oh,
that.
it's auto control.
Auto control. And then, oops, I'm making a miss. There you go.
Okay.
And then pull 1 to
Uh-huh.
the embassy. So let's go ahead and go from Presidio back into embassy. And then now I control that one.
Okay. So you just want control over the Presidio.
Exactly. Well, just over everywhere as much as possible.
Okay.
And then now, because this is not matching, it's going to go on top here.
And that's it.
And that is going to be it for my turn.
Are you manipulating?
I will not manipulate.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and just roll
See what
Bob's die.
Bob's up to.
Bob did too.
Add 1 to the casino,
Add 1 to the casino.
and then draw and play the top card of the deck.
Wow. There you go. 1 to the casino. Draw and play the top card of the deck.
Okay.
What is it going to say? Add 2 to the embassy. Push 1 from embassy.
Add 2.
That's me. I just did that.
That
so,
is you.
Dang it. So okay. So they're going to add 2.
Add 2.
And then push 1.
And then push 1 from the embassy.
So they're in
you can
control.
choose.
They're technically in control here, but I'm going to
Yes.
push them out so
Okay.
that nobody's in control.
Yeah, because now it's 2 and 2. Where are you
I'm-
going to push them?
Spire.
Into the spire. You would push
Spire.
them into the spire.
Why not?
All right.
Wow.
Well, it is back to me. And first we need to refill.
Yep.
So our card row is complete.
Ooh.
And I am going to play a card face down
down,
because enough is enough. I would like to play the bottom
sure.
bottom effect on my next turn, and
Okay.
this will not be able to be burned.
So you can play one anywhere.
One anywhere. Let's go. Into the spire.
If you control that at the end of this.
Three credits.
Yeah, you get 3 credits.
That's pretty
which is
good.
great.
But I really want to get an operation token. I haven't been able to do that yet. So that is it. This goes to the bottom here, and now I have good reason to manipulate and take a card because I know I'll be able to do the bottom
Yeah,
effect.
no matter what.
You know what? I'm gonna place this to the bottom of the deck,
Okay.
just so you can't foresee.
See what's going on.
Yeah, what I can do. So
Gaming me.
there you go.
All right.
All right, let's see what Bob is up to.
What do you got, Bob?
Come on, Bob.
4.
Four.
This one. Okay.
Transfer 1 and strengthen 2 in Biodivision.
Okay.
Biodivision is
So
here.
there's nobody.
So-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Bob does not have control, so they won't be able to do the strengthen, but they can transfer 1.
Transfer 1. Yeah.
Ooh. This may seem strange, but I'm going to transfer one of mine from Avant
Oh, interesting.
into
Okay.
the Spire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
you
this
have-
is going to be
you have
my
3 there.
third.
Yeah.
I have 3 now.
Very
I
good.
still have control over the Spire, and I'm going to remove this cube. Now, if you did not join us for the teach, you may be wondering why there are some sectors that have this red. These are minor sectors that we're going to be fighting for control over at the end of the game.
Very end of the game.
So it's just foreshadowing.
And these are designated here because of the public objective cards that we have.
Yes, in a 2-player game specifically. All right.
So it's me now.
That is it for Bob. So that's to you.
All right. I think I'm going to be playing another card that does not match. That's
Good.
okay. Focusing on this one. Add 1 to Corp Sec.
Okay.
Let's do it. So I have 3 here.
Okay.
I have control still.
You still have control.
Add 1 adjacent to Corp Sec. So
Where would you like?
I'm just gonna get involved in the Spire.
Spire?
I don't know what's going on over there, but
Okay.
adjacent to it seems pretty good.
All right.
It's close to a lot of other things. So I am not able to do this bottom,
Mm-hmm.
but I will go ahead and satisfy this.
Don't forget to add it to your stack.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm gonna fulfill
So the 3, this is a 3 violence.
violence.
So you're removing these, I'm assuming?
I am
Okay. So no surplus.
no surplus.
There you go.
Get them back.
And you get this token.
I do. That's worth 3 points. So now I have 8 points to my name.
You do.
Okay, we get a new token.
We get a new
See what
token.
we have. It's this one.
Hopefully,
Ooh,
okay,
it's high
smuggling. This
value.
is the Spire and the Casino
Oh, look at that,
in
Monique.
here.
You're like all
Boom.
about that right now.
I'm all about that. But all of the influence has to be in one sector.
I know.
To
but
take that.
That's pretty good.
All right. Are you going to manipulate?
No. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay. Your one last card.
I know.
You like
This is the
it.
card I'm going to have to play.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Bob's
All right,
turn.
roll.
Roll.
Roll, Bob.
2.
Bob rolled
It's
a
a
2. Add 1 to all sectors of the burned card. Okay, so what's the burned card? What sectors do we have?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, so I get
Just
to choose.
one anywhere.
Just one anywhere. All right, Monique. So I am gonna try to create a problem. I feel like you're good on the Spire, so I'm just gonna create a casino problem.
Okay. So they have 2 and I have 2 here. So I just
So
lose
you
control
lose it.
over
Yeah.
it.
I
That
feel like if I
was-
put us 2 here to your 3, you have 2 turns. I don't think I could.
Unkind.
Unkind.
Unkind
Yeah.
is what that was.
That's what it's, new card.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so it goes back to me, and I play that face down card, which means I will be able to take the bottom effect. Oh, wait, before I do this, do I want to add 1? That's the question.
Yeah, you can. You can just
Yeah.
undo the casino.
I'm going to
thing.
do this now. This
Yeah.
is hustle. So I'm going to flip over 1. This is the petty crime that each player starts the game with.
Add
Now you just
one
add 1
anywhere.
anywhere. So I'm going to add 1 to
Oh,
the
look at you.
Spire, because I don't necessarily know that I care to control the Spire. It would be nice, but I really want this, which I'm going to try to get
You're
this
trying to
turn.
get the vibe.
So I'm deploying this agent, add 1 anywhere, and then add 1 somewhere else.
Okay.
Which means
Yeah.
I have to
So
choose
if you add
the
1
top
to the Spire,
first.
you can basically go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add 1 to the
at you.
Spire, and I'm gonna add 1 anywhere else. Let's go back. Well, yeah, let's get back into the casino.
All right. So now,
So now I have control
Now you do
in the
have
casino.
control.
Again, I can either try to fight to keep control, or I can try to complete the 2 operations that are there, which is nice.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna add this to my stack because face down card is before it. I can transfer 2. Now the thing that's interesting is if I want to get back into the Spire and I were to transfer 2 now, I would still lose them.
You would lose them, or you would gain more credits right away.
I what do you mean?
You can overshoot the
I
5 and
could,
get
yeah,
7.
I could. It really depends on what I want. Do I want the 2 extra credits now, or do I care to try to maintain The spire, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, I get
I
it.
mean, the spire at the end of the round is going to be worth 3 credits. So I'm really just sacrificing credit or 1 credit and control of the casino if I were to transfer 1 influence from here and 1 influence from there.
Yeah, it depends on what's in your hand also.
So I am just going to reset the spire. We're going to do a hard reset. If I have to get out of here, so do you two. So I'm
sending me away.
transferring you into the neural network that nobody really cares about too much right now. And I'm sending them, Bob, into the embassy. So now Bob has control
Bob, you want to be there?
over the embassy. Boom.
Okay, you got a little token, huh?
Yes. All right. That's it for my card. I'm going to complete an operation, which is going to be espionage. It's worth 5, and so I have exactly 5 here.
Okay.
So we have all vacated the spire.
And you want specifically espionage, huh?
Well, it says espionage on that card.
Yeah, it does.
So it's going to be 1K at least at the
good.
end of the game. So it's still, and it's 5 points. It's pretty good.
It's good.
And also, if I use it, it lets me usurp, which is nice.
Usurp is good.
Usurp is great. So we get another operation token, please.
We do. All right. Hopefully, it's something to do with neural network.
Hopefully
where
not.
you just shifted me. All right. What is it? What do we got?
We have the spire and avance. So here,
Ooh.
boom,
That's a good
boom,
spot.
close. It was close to you.
Close-ish.
All right, now I am going to swap a card, and I think I'm just going to take this.
That's a good card. Yeah. She'll play it next.
All right, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Let's see what
What's
Bob
gonna
is to do.
What are you gonna do, Bob? 5.
5.
Okay.
Add 1 to space docks.
Oh, look at them controlling that. Okay, and then
Interfere.
2.
Interfere too.
Oh, they're gonna interfere.
So I'm just gonna draw when they interfere, we just draw the top 2 cards and you place them. So let's go ahead and place those out.
Okay.
Bob, by the way, has control over the space docks. And I'm just gonna add both of them face up onto Naveen's agent stack, hoping that his last card is not part of the Legion Syndicate.
Okay.
That is my hope. All right. Thank you, Bob.
right,
Thank you for
Bob.
your service. Back to you, Naveen.
Bob killing it. So I'm gonna start off by doing my optional hustle, and
Okay.
I am gonna use my violence. We're gonna commit some violence and eliminate
1.
somebody somewhere.
Who is it going to be?
I'm gonna get rid of this one in the embassy.
You remove opponent influence from
Opponent.
the targeted sector.
Targeted sector is gonna be that embassy right over there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna play my card now, and I can only do 1 of these on my turn.
Yes.
Even though you might have multiple.
Up to 1
Yeah.
operation. Yeah.
I'm gonna play my card face down because of what Monique's
Oh.
done, which is terrible.
Interesting.
Get to place
I
1
think
out.
Naveen is trying to score an embassy objective, is what my hunch is telling
You do
me.
you, I'll do me. Okay. Look at that.
That's interesting. I get to take the last turn kind of before Bob, which
Yeah.
means that maybe I want to
Hopefully Bob
manipulate that.
can help me out here. So there's no cards to draw because
Yes,
I cannot replace.
you're out.
So where's Bob's die?
Bob's die is
How can
camouflage.
I do something to help me? Oh, this is supposed to be down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Draw
top
random.
decking. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Add 1 to the spire. Burn.
And
Okay,
burn 1.
Burn 1.
Oh, interesting.
So burn 1. That means I can get rid of this, which is the same thing, right?
Yeah. I've secured my matching.
You have. So it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
I think
matter,
it
but you
doesn't
still have
matter.
to burn.
No,
It
but if
matters
I burn,
because-
because then you can't get this card back. You cannot save this card for the future.
That is true.
Boom.
And other considerations are that some cards will reference the burn card. So you also want to keep that in mind if you're
I just
planning.
don't want you to have the option because at the end of the round, of all these cards that we have in
Right.
front of us, we're going to keep
We're going
3
to bank 3.
that we will be having in our hand for the 3rd round. So
Yes.
might as well get 1 less decision for you.
Okay. So first I'm going to hustle. I'm going to use my operation token here that lets me usurp
Okay.
for 1.
So in an area you don't have control, you get to add 1.
I do not have control over the spire.
Nope.
I pull first. So you pull 1 and add 1. So I guess I'll pull from Avant. I don't have control here
yeah.
anyway.
I'm trying to make it happen.
So pull into the spire and add 1. Now I have
Now you have
control here.
Yep.
So
That was good.
I'll place my little cube.
Very good.
And now I'm going to play my last card.
What does that say again?
It says add 1 to the spire.
Oh, nice.
And now I can interfere for 2.
Okay. That's interesting. You're probably not going to want to interfere me
Why?
because now you're just going to give me an abundance of cards to look at going into the next round.
For
banking.
interfere. Yes.
Right? Because if you interfere and start stacking stuff on here unnecessarily, then now I have more options when I go to save
Right.
3 cards.
But I guess it really depends on the cards because I would love to keep them.
Yeah.
Although they need to match my
Symbol.
my symbol in order for me to do that. And neither of them do. So I'm just going to place them both on top of
Bob.
Bob's stack over here.
Bob. Very
Okay. So now I add 1 adjacent to the spire. And you know what? I'm realizing now that the usurp keyword, because if we didn't mention it, the game comes with a player aid, so you don't have to memorize these keywords. It sort of tells you everything here. But the usurp keyword says if you do not have control, pull X. It does not say it has to be your own influence.
Oh, I just figured you did that in order to get to more into the spire.
Yeah, but I don't need 3 in order to have
Well, you don't know what Bob's going to do
control.
on their turn, so...
That's true,
yeah.
but maybe it's worth the risk.
you
So instead, I didn't do the bottom here yet, but instead of when I usurped, instead of pulling from Avant, I'm going to pull from the embassy
Okay.
so that Naveen no longer has control here. That was the only difference.
Well, that sucks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I know I already did the interfere. I looked at those cards, but it really had no effect on what just happened there. So now I can add 1 adjacent to the spire, and that makes a difference because I can control Avant.
You can?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there you go. Boom.
Look at you.
Okay. That's it. I'm out of cards.
You are.
So I don't manipulate, but Bob does take
Okay.
a final turn. So 5.
What are they going to do? Ruin
Add 1
something.
anywhere. Displace the same sector or adjacent.
Okay.
So I get to decide this.
So when they displace, they're going to add 1 to that sector.
Yeah. So let's add an influence to the Presidio and
Okay.
displace the same sector.
So that means if
So
you
it-
displace, you're going to remove that
Yes.
that designation.
So this is an example of adding an additional status token when there's already one there. So you would add another influence for Bob.
Yeah, so
and then
part of
we-
displace is adding.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then we'd remove a status token, and now Bob has influence there.
Bob's 3. So now
Bob.
I've lost my influence. Come
Yes.
on, man.
All right. That is it. We are out of cards. And just in case you're curious, the turn order will change, but first player always goes to the player with the most operation tokens, which is going to be you still.
Me.
So keep that in mind.
Yep.
If there's a tie, then it just goes to the player who did not have first.
It's nice being able to do the last manipulation.
It is.
Very nice.
But having more operation tokens means that you have more points. So Naveen maintains the first player going to the next round. And now we're going to score the sectors that we control. So first it's the Spire. And whoever controls that gets 3 credits.
She gets a 3.
So I get the 3. And we're basically going to score all these red cubes. We made it easy for us to keep track of who has control of the different sectors.
Okay.
So I have 1, 2, 3 sectors that I'm in control of. So it's 1K, 1 credit each.
Yeah.
So for a total of 3 credits.
I lost them in the embassy
You lost
and
them.
the Presidio in one swift turn.
Now we're going to play and resolve a secret objective card, and we'll just do it in turn order. So
Okay.
Naveen, would you care to show one?
Yeah, I'll show this one. Okay, so it's violence and embassy.
Okay.
The reason
So
why I
first
wanted
thing
embassy.
is for all of your violence tokens,
I
get
have
1 credit.
violence, so can I have 1 credit, please?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go. And that's done. That's out of the game. And embassy I do not control, so therefore I do not get the 3K.
Right.
But I do get to refresh one of my tokens.
Yes.
And honestly, I kind of like that petty crime. Just the ability
adding
to
one
just
somewhere?
plop something down when the time's right.
What was the other one?
That was the eliminate, where I can
Okay.
just take somebody out.
Okay,
it's
so you'd rather
I'd
add
Add
one.
one.
Okay.
Because adding 1 could potentially get me an objective token versus taking somebody out.
Right. As for me, I'm going to play my secret objective. That was
You
an
had
area
that? I was
everybody
hoping you
completely
didn't.
ignored.
I was hoping you didn't have that.
I was thinking, you know what? If I don't bring any attention to the Arcano complex, maybe I can just maintain it.
Yeah.
So it's 1 credit per espionage, and I just have the 1. That's why I fought so hard for that 1 operation token.
Okay.
So 1 credit, and I do have control over Arcano complex, so I get the 3 credits for that.
Man.
Boom.
I
All
was
right.
doing so well.
That's out of the game.
And then it fell apart.
I mean, there's plenty of game left.
Let's do a
We're
little
only
quick-
about a third, and the first half of that first round was pretty rough for
Yeah.
me. So
Let's do a quick score count. So I have my 5 plus 3. That's 8, 9, 10.
I have 5, 3, 6, 9, 10, 15.
15. Okay, 10, 15. Yikes.
So it's not too bad. All right. So now let's go ahead and take our cards from our agent stack.
Yeah.
If you have fewer than 6 cards, which I do have, I only have 5, then you make up the difference by drawing from the deck. And from these cards, we're going to choose 3
3.
to bank, and we'll discard the rest. I think I'm going to bank these 3.
Yeah,
Now we'll
bank
just
these 3.
keep our bank cards off screen.
Sure.
And we'll just bring them back on when the time is right. The rest of our cards go
Discard.
to the discard.
Yep.
As well as Bob's cards.
Not the burned cards.
Not the burn cards, exactly.
Yeah.
But the ones in the row will get reshuffled.
There we go.
Any status tokens that are left on the board will get removed. I don't think we have any.
Nope.
Right?
The only one we had was that lockdown, which they took out.
And that's it. So while Naveen shuffles, we're going to go ahead and advance to round 2.
Round 2, yeah.
And then whenever you're done shuffling, we get a new hand of 6 and refill the card row.
Okay, everything is ready to go. We are going into round 2. We both have a new hand of 6 cards. We also have a new row of cards to select from in the future.
Yes.
And I am not going to hustle. I'm going to take my first turn. Let's play this one right here. This one says add 1 to all sections of the burned card and then burn 1. So add 1 anywhere, add 1 somewhere else. So I'm going to add 1
Nice.
anywhere. Let's go ahead and just get myself into here.
Okay.
I like to be there. And then 1 somewhere else. I'm going to go ahead and go into the spire. So now Monique does not have
I
control
don't have
here.
control.
So
And
let's make this a 3.
nice.
3 and 3.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. And then the burn 1 is not going to apply right now because there's nobody.
Has an agent stack.
Yep. So then now I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. And it's going to say lock down or displace embassy. I would like to lock down the embassy.
Locked up?
Lock it down.
All right. Please add one of your influence, Naveen.
Yes.
You get a-
when I lock
a
down,
third in there.
I do. Do you have that red dot?
And now you have
There we go.
control.
Perfect.
Boom.
Okay.
Would you like to manipulate?
Yes, I am going to do that. I'm going to take this card.
Okay.
And I'm going to get rid of this
Swapping?
one. Swap, yep.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what Bob is up to.
Bob, help me, Bob. Help me. 5.
5.
Okay, what is that?
Add 1 to corpse sec. So Bob
Okay.
is going to gain
Add
control
1, gain
there.
control.
I don't have any cubes with me
Okay.
if you want to. And then add 1 adjacent to corpse sec. So you can decide
All right.
where else Bob should go.
Oh, Bob, you...
Oh, Bob.
I don't want you to be here because I'm competing there. So let's go ahead and go right there.
Oh, into Arcana Complex.
Yeah. I didn't like what you did earlier.
All right.
No
May I
good.
have a red cube, please?
Red cube, yes. I'll give that for you.
Okay. And that was this card.
Yep.
So this goes to Bob's stack, and we're going to replenish.
Okay.
All right. So now it goes to me. And now that we're in the second round, we're going to explain less. But if new keywords arise, then of course we'll explain it then. And we just want to reinforce the fact that you do not need to memorize the keywords. There is a player aid for you to reference.
Very helpful.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this agent card.
Okay.
This is, by the way, all of the different syndicates have names. This is from the Revenants, that skull and crossbones symbol. So this says add 1 to the spire. So let's go ahead and add 1. Now I have control there. And pull 2 to the spire.
Okay.
So,
Pulling 2 to the spire.
and then I'm going to be able to ship 2 from the spire. So lots of things happening here. I'm
Okay.
basically going to reorganize my influence. So I'm pulling 2 into the spire. I'm going to pull both of
at you.
these into here.
5 in.
So now I have 5 here total.
That's good enough for all these tokens.
It is, but I'm going to do the bottom effect, the below the line that says I can ship 2 from the spire. So shipping lets you take that many from a location and ship them to any one sector.
So if you need to get around the board,
Yeah,
that's good.
which for me, I think is going to be into the casino.
Okay.
Because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So that is it for my card. I'm going to complete an operation because this sector is adjacent to both of these that require 5. So I'm going to take this one, I think. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the exact number needed.
Okay.
So no surplus.
You're taking smuggling or
I'm
violence?
taking violence.
Violence, okay.
I choose violence
Yeah.
today. So now we get a new one. We get a new operation token. out there.
Come to the embassy. Please. Embassy.
It's the maze and the embassy,
What a
Naveen.
pull. So it's going to be technically right
yeah,
here.
this little tiny.
Oh,
This
it's a
is
4?
proof.
I can get that.
Proof that that's a border.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I want to, yeah, I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to place this to the bottom of the deck
Okay.
and draw 1 from the top. All right,
All right.
that's me. Let's see what Bob is going to do. 2, Bob adds 1 to the neural network. This is one that's been
Neural
largely
network.
untouched.
Okay. Add 1.
Add 1 and then pull 1 into the neural network.
the neural network. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So he could pull himself, technically.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to have Bob pull Bob
Oh, do you have another Arcano
from
complex?
from the Arcana complex.
Do
into
you
the
have
neural
another
network.
one of those? What are you doing?
Unknown /
no.
won't say. All right,
All right.
Naveen, back to you.
Me. Okay. So I'm going to play a card.
Okay.
I will not be doing a hustle.
hustling.
Yeah. So I'm going to play this one, which is going to match. This one is the Legion. And it says add 1 to the space docks.
Okay.
Space docks.
All right.
And then burn one.
Okay. What are you going to burn?
Well, if I burn yours, then it opens it up, right?
Yeah.
Which I kind of don't like.
You can burn yours if you'd like to. Oh, well, this is going to get placed on top.
It'll get placed on top. So then replace one from a sector of the burn card. Replace is interesting because you get to both eliminate and add in a sector.
Oh, that is interesting because now it really does matter which card you burn.
Yeah.
Because it's going to dictate where you can do that.
Where I can do that, yeah.
So mine is the spire. This is all the sectors here are the spire.
Ooh. And then that one says what? One anywhere?
Anywhere. Yeah, anywhere and somewhere else. That's pretty good. But I guess you don't have to burn technically.
So I'm not going to play anything there. I'm going to try to force you to have to play this symbol without giving you just the ability to kind of switch.
Yeah, and being able to do anywhere.
Anywhere
that's
is
pretty good.
the same thing as the spire itself. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here.
Okay.
So replace one from a sector. So replace is I get to do the eliminate action.
Yeah.
And add one into that targeted sector.
So you choose one sector, and it doesn't matter if you have influence or not.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate Monique from the spire.
So just one.
One. And then I'm going to add one. So then now I have the
you have control.
Upper hand there a little bit.
And it was anywhere because the burn card says anywhere.
Correct,
That's one of the locations it states.
And then I will go ahead and manipulate. So I'm going to take this card, drop this one off, and then come on, Bob, help me out here. Let's get some points somehow. Let's use to add one adjacent to Corpsec, push one from Avante. Okay.
So push one from here. So you're going to have to push Bob. Bob will have to push Bob. For sure.
So add one adjacent to
Corpsec, so adjacent to here.
All right, let's go back into Arcano.
Arcano.
Okay, so now
Bob is out.
So the way this works is whenever Bob runs out, you are going to pick up all the ones that are in all the sectors that have the least amount of influence. So
you'll basically remove Bob's influence from sectors that have exactly one.
So here's 1, 1, 1, and I think that's it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then now you add.
And then now we go into the Arcano complex. And what was the second thing?
Push one from Avant. So now you can't.
Push one from Avant, which can't even happen. So
yes.
That's that. Okay.
So now Bob has 2 influence. And by the way, whenever Bob takes their actions, they have a maximum of 5 influence in the sector.
Yes.
That they are going to be adding. Now, we can exceed that maximum on our turns.
Like we can push into, go from 5 to 6 or pull to make it from 5 to 6, but that would be on our turns, not on Bob's turn.
Yeah, Bob will never add more than that. All right.
Yep.
My turn?
Yep.
So then, I'm not going to hustle. I'm going to deploy this agent that is a part of the Revenant Syndicate. It matches. So I can add 2 to the neural network.
Okay.
I'm in the game.
You're in, huh?
I'm in. So you
neural, huh?
temporarily take away. Well, you don't have to remove it because the bottom effect here says ship to from the. Oh, I could ship somebody else out. But alas, I will not. I'm just going to ship myself. I don't want to be a part of this fight, so I'm just going to go into the supply
What are you doing over there? Oh, I mean, there's 4 tokens.
Just gaining control.
Just there. There. That's good.
All right. I am going to manipulate.
Okay.
I am going to do the old trick. All right.
Never know.
Let's see, Bob.
Okay.
What is Bob going to do? 5.
Okay.
Activate the burn card above the line. So, and then burn 1.
Okay. So he's gonna basically take the top action.
Add 1 anywhere and add 1 somewhere else.
So this is your choice.
2 influence, please.
So add 1 anywhere, add 1 somewhere else. Okay.
Let's add 1 in the embassy.
Okay. So 3, 3.
So you no longer have control.
Okay.
And let's just add the other one here.
Okay.
So they still have control. It just makes it a little bit more difficult for you to take this token.
Yeah. Now, if ever Bob gets a 5th one here, they will instantly take this token.
Yes, that is true. Let's make sure that we know where this is, the Presidio. All right. So Bob activated the burn card above the line, and now they burn 1.
They burn 1.
So I'm just going to burn the top of your card. It doesn't matter for matching, but at least it's 1 fewer card.
It's 1 fewer card, yeah.
All right. That's me. Okay. Back to you,
My
Naveen.
turn. All right. Well, I still have 1 to match.
Okay.
This one is add. I'm not going to do one of my hustles. Add 1 to embassy. This is great because now I have 4, which is enough to get that illicit. But I'm going to get control there.
Okay.
And then add 1 adjacent to embassy. So let's just go ahead and get myself into
the spire.
The spire.
Even
and I guess
stronger.
4 of them there. There you go. It's a big mess.
Wow.
So I'm going to forget what I have to do,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so then this is going to come on down. and then activate the burn card below the line. So in order to activate the burn card below the line, it is replace 1 from a sector of the burn card, which the sector of the burn card is the space docks.
Okay.
So I'm going to replace. So replace again is eliminate 1. So they lose 1.
You're literally replacing one. Take one
swapping.
out to put in one.
It's swapping, yeah.
There you go.
All right, very good.
So you just changed hands.
Yeah. Traditional usurp right there. Okay, now look, they have 1 in their supply.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was everything for that. And then now I do have 4 here, so I am going to...
You're going to complete an operation?
Fulfill an operation, yes. So I have 4 to their 3, so I'm good. Elicit right here. I'll take it. 4.
Okay.
Perfect. I get 4 points.
Nice.
Okay. This goes away. Oh, no, they get this now. They're in control.
They are in control.
And then we lose that token.
Yeah. Boom.
Well, that was good.
That was great.
Worked out, yeah.
Are you going to manipulate or?
I probably should. Yeah, I will. So I'm going to go ahead and take this card and then give this one back.
All right.
There
Bob
we go.
time.
Bob time. Bob, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? 2. Okay, add 1 to the spire.
The spire.
Push 1 to the spire. Oh,
And push 1 from the spire.
from the spire. 1 to the spire.
Whoa.
Oopsies. Push 1.
Yeah,
Monique,
your
where,
decision.
Where am I going to push you?
Oh gosh.
Let's be completely. Here you go. Why don't you compete over the embassy
Into
with
the
them?
embassy?
Yeah.
All right. Unkind. Unkind Naveen.
Yeah.
All right, back to me. So then I am going to play this card. I'm not going to hustle.
Okay.
I'm just going to play this card. This is from the Belt Corp Syndicate. It says push 1 from Corp Sec. So there's only one option here. So the thing
Pushing?
is, though, when I push them, I get to strengthen where pushed. So I need to make sure that I have control in the sector that I push it to,
Yes.
or else that's useless.
So supply depot.
So yeah, I'm pushing it to Supply Depot. Strengthen lets you add 2
Add one.
more. 2.
Is it 2?
2. Well, actually, you add whatever the number it says.
Does it say strengthen
It
2?
says strengthen 2.
There you go.
So I'm gonna add 2 more
what a
here,
combo play.
and that's it because it does not match that.
I'm
card, so I
assuming you're
can't
going to
do
take the
bottom.
violence token
Why,
there?
yes, I would love to complete this
By
operation.
the way, we didn't replace after my turn.
Oh,
So
okay. You want to replace first?
yeah. So you're still taking this action, I'm assuming?
Probably.
Yeah.
But let's just see where.
Yeah, where
the
it would have
token
gone.
is- Where
Yeah.
it would have gone.
Okay.
There should always be
So
5.
There should always be 5.
operation
This is from
tokens.
before.
Yeah, it's Corp Sec and Arcano Complex.
Oh, look at that.
Boom.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have control,
Yeah.
and I get to take this token. So now
pretty
I
good.
have 2 of these.
All right.
All
Now
right.
the new one coming in is smuggling. It is from the maze to the underhive. Oh, this one.
Oh, very.
Place a desolate location.
Some may say.
Yeah.
Very uncontested.
All right, Bob. Oh, are you gonna manipulate?
Well, I have a new symbol here. So, yes, I will manipulate. I'm going to do this old trick.
The old find what you looking for.
Yeah, the old hide my cards from Naveen trick. All
Okay.
right. Let's see.
That's good.
Let's see what Bob's going to do.
4.
Add 1 to the casino.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're in
they're
a
actually
situation.
doing
They're
control
out.
here. Oh, they're out?
They're out right now. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, put the control on there.
Okay.
So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Nice.
Add 1 to the casino. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 to the casino and
then-
1 adjacent to the casino.
Are you gonna kill this right here? You can kill this.
Which, oh, the
You can make it a
token.
5 and kill it.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's do it.
All right,
so this
so-
gets added.
Bob.
Now they have 5 in the Presidio, which is how many that they would need
They do.
in order to
Oh, Bob.
take this operation token. So
My
Bob
5
takes
illicit
this.
is gone.
I'm just gonna. Bob does not score points. I'm just gonna take this and put
It's
it
out of the game.
And
Now
they
they come
also leave though.
Which is good for me, though. I
It
get
is good
a
for
little
you.
control, but I was really trying to get to that 5.
Well, we get a new operation token.
Not happening. Come back to the Presidio. A little Presidio space docks action would be fantastic. All right.
Let's see
I
if you
called it
can-
once into existence.
You put it into the universe.
I did. Let's see. What do we got here?
Spire Corp Sec action.
Ooh.
So complete opposite side of the board.
You know what's nice is I've just lucked into it technically.
That's true.
yeah.
You can take.
but 5 is kind of nice also.
You have the pick of the litter here
I
because if
do.
you just add 1 more into the Spire, Naveen, then you will both be able to take a token and vacate the Spire for me to take control.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
All right, back to you.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start by hustling. I'm gonna do a transfer.
Oh,
Transfer of 1.
okay. What
Okay,
are
I'm
you?
gonna move on over here. I'm gonna go across state lines into
Okay.
this
Arcana
complex.
complex?
Yeah, I don't know like what's going on over there.
What are you doing there?
Just moving. I think I'm gonna play this card face down.
To
Just like
place
this.
1
Yeah, just play 1
anywhere. Where?
Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just place myself here.
Oh, you
Enough.
want this?
I mean, I just don't want you to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's one thing I can compete over right now.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to come down, and then that's going to allow me to grab one. So I'm just going to grab this one and give back this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Here you go.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
Bob has got this one.
What does it say?
Locked down, under hive, or adjacent.
Under hive,
nothing's
adjacent.
in here.
Adjacent.
You're going to lock down here in the
Yeah,
space docks?
yeah,
Okay,
keep
so
it
they
safe.
add one there.
So they do add one there, huh?
Yeah, you thought they were going to keep you safe? They're keeping,
adjacent?
Bob is keeping Bob safe.
Say it again. Okay.
Lock down the under hive or adjacent. So
Okay.
you can choose the embassy if you want it to be harder for me.
Yeah.
Or the maze.
Which
Those are
one
the
is
three
there?
options: space docks, embassy, the maze. What do you think?
All right, let's give them in the embassy. Let's go. So they're gonna go ahead and put a fourth one now, right?
Yeah, they do.
They
place
lock
them.
down. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Push one from the underhive.
Nobody to be
Nothing
pushed.
happens.
Yeah, nobody's in here.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Very good.
So
What do you
we get
got?
a new card, and now it's back to me.
It was one of yours.
That's one of mine.
Yeah, strengthen 2 in the spire.
Oh, why is this one of mine?
Well, because that's kind of the
Oh,
symbols
the
that
belt
you have
cor-
there.
yeah, the belt
The problem
cord
is you
syndicate.
would have to strengthen by having control.
If you're curious, the 5 syndicates we have in play are the Belt Corp. We have Legion. I know one is called the Revenants. This is
Revenants here.
Revenants. Yeah, this is MFB.
MF8. I think it's MFB. Yeah, maybe you're.
MFB, and then the last one is the cat symbol. That's the lucky kitty. So then I'm gonna deploy this agent.
Okay, what does
so
it
the
say?
Belt Corp agent, add one adjacent
To Corpsec.
Corpsec. Oh, it's Core, huh? I always
Core.
pronounce that as Corp, but it's adjacent. So I guess I'll just go into the Spire. Might as well, right?
Yep.
And then adjacent to Corpsec, push one from Arcana Complex. So let's just push you into the supply depot.
Come on.
And now I have control there again, which is very important because the below the line effect says strengthen 2 in Arcana Complex.
Come on.
I have to have control in order to strengthen. So
Nice.
I'm in.
And let me guess, you're gonna.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
realize that was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Okay.
you were doing.
Let's do it.
Dang it.
I'm going to complete espionage.
You did that.
But I have to exit. So there's also that.
That's good. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to swap here.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Let's first, before we do anything, we need to know where this new token is.
Oh,
going.
yes, that's right. I always
New
forget
token
that.
says it is. What is that?
Neural network
Oh, here.
and the Avant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an espionage token.
Espionage.
Interesting. Now, again, at the end of the game, we're going to get 1 credit for each of these types of tokens for sure, because these are public. So fraud, illicit, espionage will gain you
Yeah.
1 credit each at the end of the game.
It's true.
Now, I have 2 violence, which is not ideal for that. But I
You
also
might have a
two
hidden
espionage.
violence card in your hand, right?
Now, Naveen, also, I have 4. If you want to go second in the last round, remember that. Tie. If you tie me,
know.
then you'll go second.
I know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But Bob does have to go.
Bob does have to go.
Yeah.
Always so considerate of Bob.
2.
All right. Add 2.
2 to embassy.
Yes.
Okay, so here's that situation. Add 2 to embassy. They have 4 showing.
Yeah.
They will never go beyond
Yes.
5.
When it's
So
their
they're going to
turn.
add 1 to embassy.
They'll do as much as they can.
And then push 1 from embassy. Now you're going to make that decision as to what you're going to push. Are
Do
you
I want
pushing
to push
into
myself?
You can push into the spire.
I'm going to push myself.
Yeah.
Let's go into the
Oh,
maze.
you're going to the maze.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a place.
Okay.
All right, so that goes out. And then we have a new card. It's back to you, Naveen. What shall you do? We have 2 cards left. This is
Yeah.
the penultimate turn.
Penultimate turn.
Of
All right.
round 2.
I'm gonna flip over petty crime. I'm gonna hustle.
Are you going to hustle?
I'm gonna add 1.
All right.
Adding 1 into the spire.
Into the spire.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
now I can choose one of these right
yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah, you have the pick of the litter.
So that's that. And then now I'm gonna play a card. I'm gonna play this one. This is gonna match no matter what because I have a face down card.
Yep.
Add 1 anywhere.
Anywhere.
Arcana Complex.
Oh.
Can I have a red, please.
Someone has an objective.
Leave me alone, Renee. You're going to just
You have an Arcana Complex objective in your hand.
no. Okay, so that was that. Add 1 anywhere.
Okay.
So now displace a sector of the burned card.
Space docks.
Space docks. That's me.
Yeah, just the space docks.
That's me. I don't want to do that. Why don't I just play it face down then? And it's
Wait,
the same
what?
difference.
Why don't you want to do that?
Displace a sector.
Yeah, you would add one of these. The displace.
Oh, I'm
token.
sorry. I thought I would get displaced. No.
No.
I add 1.
You
plus
add
1.
one and
Yes.
you gain a displace.
That's right.
So now anytime this is the first time we've used this status token. Anytime another influence gets added to this sector, Naveen can choose to push it, to shuttle it into another adjacent sector.
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, that was okay. Much better than what I thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to get displaced. You know.
Yeah, quite the opposite.
Makes sense. If I only just committed myself to reading a single sentence, I would have known. Yeah, and I was holding the card the whole time.
All right. Would you like to complete one of these operations?
Oh yeah.
So that's it for this, right?
Yeah, smuggling.
Smuggling.
It's gonna be worth 5.
Eye on the prize. So you do have to
Eye on
remove
the prize.
these, though.
They do go.
And now I have
Look at
control.
you with some control, which I don't like.
That's great.
I really don't like that.
So new operation token.
New token, and then we still have a Bob thing to go. So here we go. It is a wild. Wilds are great.
The Spire and the Embassy.
Oh, they're gonna win it.
They're gonna
get it.
Yeah, at the end of their turn.
Which is gonna be now.
Do you want to? You have one card left in your hand, so you can still.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna do it. I'll take this one, and I'll swap it with that.
All right.
Okay.
Roll for Bob.
Oh, Bob. Okay, what are you gonna do? Bob says 3. Add 1 to Corsac. Okay.
And pull.
Add
Into
1
Corsac.
and pull.
Oh
into
my.
Corsac.
Oh my.
Real simple, real easy.
There you go.
Oh, and wait before. Go ahead. Bob has to finish up by taking that wild token away from it.
That's true.
There you go.
So Bob is out.
Bob's out of there.
Out of the Embassy.
This token goes away.
And
All
this
5 go
goes
back.
out. And we get a
new token.
A new
Presidio / Space Docks
new
is what we're
operation
really
token.
looking for here, Money.
Is that what we're really looking for?
Yeah,
Naveen?
I think so.
We
What is that?
Heist, Supply Depot, and Arcano Complex.
Okay.
Oh,
You know,
hey,
I'm
this is for
not
you.
upset.
That's for you, Naveen.
Pretty good.
All right.
Okay, now it's your turn.
It's unfortunate that you pulled me out here because I'm going to have to hustle and use one of these, which I think is going to be espionage. So this allows me to usurp for 1.
Okay.
So in a sector that I don't have control, I pull 1 and add 1.
So pulling
I'm
in.
going into the Spire. I'm going to pull 1. So now
Add
I have control. And I'm going to add 1. So there's that. And now I'm going to play
A matching
this
card.
agent. Strengthen 2. I needed to do that in order to strengthen.
Strengthen 2 in the Spire, so you make it 5?
So I make it 5.
Are you going to get that fraud token?
Well-
That's the only token.
The other thing,
Ooh,
it says
let's
I
see.
can usurp adjacent to the Spire.
Which is just add 1 in an area you don't have control.
Yeah, that's true. Now, pulling and adding. I'm going to usurp in the Corsac.
Okay.
So I can pull 1, and I think we discussed earlier that it does not have to be my own. So I'm just going to pull one of yours just to break this up.
Oh, yeah?
And then I can add 1 into the same sector. So that's it for this. Now, I can complete either one of these 2 because I have control and I have 5. The question is, I guess 5 is more than 3, the 3 that you would get for controlling the Spire.
Fraud is also
and fraud
a
is
public
here.
objective
So I'll do it.
for endgame.
I'm going to complete this token. So can we have a new one, please?
Space Docks Presidio.
I'm out of the Spire, though.
Let's go. Space Docks Presidio something. What does it say?
Under Hive and Embassy.
Ooh,
Right there.
nothing.
Okay, so that is it. I do have one last card in my hand, and I think I'm just going to swap it out.
You're swapping it out, huh? All right. I need
All
to
right.
find a way to foil your lower plans.
Let's see if Bob has something
5.
to say about it.
Add 1 to the bazaar.
Bazaar.
Pull 1 to the bazaar. So adding 1 to the bazaar, and they physically cannot pull. Good thing you got out of the Spire. They
Yeah.
pulled you out.
Yeah, they would have. I would have been forced
Yeah.
because there's nothing adjacent. Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple.
All right, Naveen. Last turn.
Last turn.
What are you going to do?
I don't know, man.
How many operation tokens do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to your 6.
6, yeah. So
Oh, there we go.
you'll be able to
There we go.
go second.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that you keep undoing me like that. You know? Stinks.
You can do the same for me.
All right, I'm going to interfere with you, Monique.
With me?
Yeah, I don't know what you... I think I saw you take...
You don't know what I took?
I don't know what you took. All right, I'm interfering. So that means I draw a card.
Yeah. Well, what does it say?
Interfere 1.
for 1? Okay.
All these are just for 1.
Oh, okay. So draw 1 and place 1.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and place this on top of yours. I
Okay.
don't think you have that symbol for some reason.
All right.
Now I'm going to play this card, which is going to match. It's add 1 anywhere, displace same sector or adjacent. So I'm going to add 1 anywhere, which is going to be here.
Okay.
And then displacing, remember that is adding another token
And
And then
status.
that status.
So you're doing it in the same sector?
in the same sector, yeah.
All right.
And then now we put a cube on that for control.
Boom.
Again, these cubes are just something that we are doing
Yes.
for top-down camera.
Please keep in mind, these do not come with the game.
Yeah, this
is
just
just for our
Ease of
video.
viewing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so this is gonna match.
Yes.
Ship 2 from neutral network.
Neural network.
Our neural network, yeah. We're gonna ship them, so meaning you can take up to 2 because it's ship 2, and
Yeah.
we're gonna place them anywhere on the board that we'd like.
One sector.
One sector.
Into the spire.
Into the spire, so Monique cannot just on her last turn sneak in an extra 3 points.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, you
that
never
would
know.
stink.
What if I can?
Well, you got to go over the 2 then. So okay,
All right.
Bob time.
Bob time.
3.
Add 1 to each sector with a lockdown token. There are no lockdown tokens, just displays.
Bob, that's it.
That's
all
it.
you wanted us. That
you
was your big
disappointed?
grand plan. All right.
All right, so now it's to me. Now, one thing that we didn't mention during the teach is before round 3, because round 3 is sort of a special round, each player will be able to refresh 3 of their operation
Yeah,
tokens.
so use them.
Now, I've only used 2 of them, so I think I should use another.
Use away.
I'm just going to do an eliminate. So I choose violence today. I choose violence. I'm going to eliminate 1, and let's just eliminate one of these.
Why?
You still have control,
would you
but
do
it
that?
just makes it a little bit harder for you to get to the 5.
Yeah.
You have a lot of control here right now.
I do. Let's just make this nice and clean. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to play this card, usurp 1 anywhere, which will be here.
Okay, so you don't have control, even though
don't.
you're the only presence there
Right.
in the maze.
In the maze.
Yep.
I'm going to pull into there.
Thank you.
Add 1 into there.
Okay.
And now I have control. So I can strengthen 1 in the same sector, which means I can only add 1.
One more.
Strengthen 1.
You have a
Now
red
I
cube?
have 3. Huh?
Red cube to your side?
It doesn't matter because I'm going to take this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's not matching, so I can't do the bottom, which would be shipping 2 from core sec. That'd been great. But I get to complete this.
Okay.
So it's 3. And I have exactly 3 influence and control there. So that's that. Right?
Yep.
That was my last card.
Didn't
I don't
match.
do anything. It just goes to Bob.
Bob, don't ruin anything.
Bob will
1.
add 1 to the space docks here.
I know you want to do something there, but Bob's not doing something there.
And Bob will also interfere for 2.
Which
I guess it does matter
It can
because
help
these cards are
you.
going to go into our stacks.
it could help you. Yeah. You don't want to give
can.
it to me.
I'm just going to put them both in
Yes.
my...
Yeah. Yeah. Basically,
stack.
because you get to choose 3 cards at the end of
bank.
this round to bank. So
Yeah.
you don't want to give it to me to have more options.
Nowhere does it say you have to distribute them evenly.
No.
So,
No.
Anywho, that is
that.
it.
Yep.
We are at the end of round 2. Let's go ahead and score.
Okay.
So, how many operation tokens do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have 7. So, I'm going to be
So
first.
you're gonna be first,
player.
which is good because then I
final
get to
round.
have the last say
You do.
and Bob's last say.
Right.
No, Bob doesn't go in the 3rd round. I
Oh,
apologize.
that's right.
That is a rule, and we'll go over it
Yeah,
at
we'll
the
go over
beginning.
that.
Yeah.
Now, let's go ahead and earn some credits for these sectors. Nobody controls the spire. Bob does.
We can go by the red dots.
Yeah, red dots. So just Bob. I don't control anything. So we're just going to go straight to Naveen. You have 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Right?
3 bucks.
3 credits.
I needed some money after the last one.
3
There we
big
go.
ones.
Big ones.
All right. As for our objective cards, I'm going to play this one. So this is 1 credit per violence operation token.
many
I
do you
have 1,
2?
2.
2 of them.
Two.
So 2 credits.
So 2 credits.
Okay.
And I would get 3 credits if I controlled the maze. Now, I wanted to control the maze, but instead I chose to take the operation token
Yeah.
because it's the same amount of credits and I will be able to use its benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't actually, I would be able to refresh one of these, but we're going to be able to refresh 3 of them going into
So,
the 3rd
so you're
round
gonna have a
anyway.
full set of refreshed.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should have used an additional one, is what that means. But I had no idea that this was going to happen.
No, because if you use an additional one, then you would have 1 less. It depends on when
No,
you want
because
to use it.
Oh wait, no, this is perfect because I totally forgot
Yeah,
about the
yeah, yeah.
petty crime. So this is great.
So those are the 3 that
yeah.
will be
So
refreshed.
yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yeah. All right. For me, I really wanted that Arcano complex because I control it.
Yeah.
And then smuggling. So I have 1 smuggling token.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 1 plus another 3. So a total of 4.
There you go.
Take it. All right.
Very good.
Very good.
That is out. So now it is time to bank our agent cards. There's this huge stack.
So I have 3, 4, 5. So I get to draw.
You get
from the
to draw
top
one,
to make
yeah.
it 6 choices.
And you can look at the cards that you've banked
Yeah.
previously in case you want to, because these are the cards that you're going to have to play out in round 3.
Right.
We won't be able to manipulate. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bank these cards.
Yep. So these are the ones that are out
yes,
for me.
These are out. These
have
are
my
out. And all of the status tokens
Yep.
get removed.
Do.
And now we are going to refresh 3 of our operations tokens.
Yeah,
Going into
so-
the last
I
round.
think I want petty crime up.
And there really is no shuffling of cards, really, because we're going to go into the final round and play out our banked cards.
I'll go with these. There we go. So one of my interfere is going to not be there. There we go.
All right, let's go ahead and reveal our last secret objective, which is going to get added to the public. So what do you
Fraud
have?
and space docks.
Space docks.
Which I am in.
So
space docks.
we're going to get a miner
on space docks.
token on space docks.
Oh, in the bazaar.
And one in the bazaar.
Okay.
Nobody has
so no major
spoken about the bazaar
Yeah.
at all.
I had a card that I trashed that was bizarre.
Yes, no major. If we had multiple cards that showed the same sector, then we would have major scoring in that sector
Yep.
and flip it over to its yellow side. But because we don't,
So now we do have to
won't.
shuffle the deck. We will not have a display, but just in case anything says draw from the deck to do certain things.
oh
then
yeah,
we
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
that's true. Okay. Now as for Bob does not take any
more
turns
turns, no
in the
more.
final round,
Nope.
and we are actually going to readjust Bob's influence.
Yeah, so he is going to be 3 in all the minors.
Yes.
So including here. So let's get.
So all of the areas that have the red on them,
Yeah.
Bob will have 3.
And then 2 there.
Yes, 2 there.
And then all remaining go into the spire. Now, if it was a major, then the math is a little bit different.
Yes, they would have 5
5
in each
in the major.
major sector. So I'm going to do that. And just know that Bob has 3 in Bob's stacks. All right.
Bob does not have control there.
Bob does not have control. That's
Nobody
true.
has control.
Nobody
there.
does.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And that's it
I
for
think
Bob.
That's it, yeah.
So Bob is done. Bob is out for the rest of the game.
And we never replaced the token from that
Oh,
smuggling one
yeah.
that you took. So
Yes, we're so bad at
Presidio.
that. There should be 5 operation tokens.
Come on, Presidio. What do we got
Works and the bazaar.
here? Ooh.
Here.
That's
It's
tough.
a
That's
heist.
stiff competition.
See,
there.
that's a thing. There are 2 frauds. So frauds are worth 2 points, 2 credits.
Fraud.
So these are in they're
demand.
in hot demand. Hotly contested
Hotly
is what I want to
wanted.
say. All right, so now we have picked up our bank cards. We have 6 cards in our hand, and these are the 6 that we are going to play out this round.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and go first. And now we know our minimum values, right? We need to have minimum 4 in order to win over these minor sectors, which will score us 3 credits each at the end of the game, and we'll also be scoring 3 credits for the spire if we control it. And since I have more than 6 of these, I think I need to play one of them.
1 per turn.
1 per turn, right? So I'm just going to flip over smuggling. It just lets me add 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to add 1 into the embassy. And why?
No, that's not.
There's a fraud. The fraud is 2x. That's 2
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
I'm going to play this card, and it's add 1 anywhere, add 1 somewhere else, and then the below the line effect is add 1 anywhere you did not add to this turn.
So 3
So I'm
total.
basically adding 3 total
It's a great card.
in 3 different locations. So I can add 1 anywhere. So I'm going to add a second one here, and that gives me control of the embassy.
Okay.
And then the other 2 have to be
Somewhere else.
somewhere else.
Each.
Each, yes, that's right. So I'm going to go into here. I might as well.
It's a fantastic card.
And 1, the spire is not bad because all the other minor sectors are the same amount of points as the spire, but there are fewer of Bob's influence in there.
It's true.
All right, that's it. So it just goes straight to
Straight to
Naveen.
me. All right. Well, I'm gonna play this card. Add 1 embassy. Push 1.
You don't wanna use these?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let's eliminate. I'm gonna eliminate 1.
Eliminate
I'm
1.
gonna eliminate you from the embassy.
Okay.
And then,
All right.
so then now it's add 1 to embassy. And then it's gonna be push 1 from embassy. So I'm gonna push you into.
From embassy
Yeah. So I'm gonna. So this is here, right? I'm gonna push you into this maze.
into the maze. Okay.
Yeah.
Not nice.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
So that goes into your stack.
Stack. Thank you.
And now it's back to me. And I think I'm going to transfer. I'm going to transfer 1, so I'm hustling back into the embassy.
All right.
Um,
You gonna make that happen?
I guess I'm going to play this card. So this is add 1 to the spire. So now I have control here.
Okay.
And interfere for 2. So I'm going to take this. I'm drawing 2 cards here.
Oh, you're gonna change your fate.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to play them both to your stack because this does not get added until after. And look at how edgy this card is. Grep this. So I'm going to do it like that and place that there. That could be helping you.
It could
I have
be.
no idea.
It
so
is.
I've interfered.
Yep.
And I'm going to add 1 adjacent to the spire, which is going to go into the embassy. So I control the embassy now.
You do.
And that's it for me. So now it goes to you.
Okay. Okay. I'll play this card.
Okay.
Add 1 and before I do that, you're right. I should
You want to
Should try
hustle?
Yeah, hustle. So let's
Add
I'll
one.
add one. And I'm just gonna add it to the Arcano complex
So
over
now
there.
you have 3.
3.
Okay.
Slowly
You're
working
trying
on
to
it.
take this.
Just slowly.
I see.
Slowly but surely.
There's no more secret information.
No, it's all there.
It's all here.
And then I will play this card. Add one anywhere. All right, let's just get right back in there. Just come
Okay.
on, leave me be.
So you're 1 away.
And then displace a sector of the burned card. So the sector on the burned card is
Space docks.
Space Docks.
Space docks.
So displace. So I'm gonna go ahead and place one on. That's add part
Yeah.
of the displace.
Yeah.
And then it's like that. And now I have control
now
here.
you have control. Yeah, you have 4. You have 4 to their 3
4
if
to
you
their
can
3.
maintain that. That's 3 credits.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of credits to be had. There's 15,
Yeah.
18 credits actually.
Oh, sorry. This is supposed to be down here. That's how I did that.
Oh, yes. All right. First, I'm going to eliminate. So I'm eliminating 1,
Okay.
which will
Ooh,
be
nice.
one of these. Because
Nice.
we can still influence there.
Totally. They still have
Bob's
control.
influence. And I'm going to play this card. Lets me add 1 to the bazaar.
Oh, you have that card. I forgot about that.
Add 1 adjacent to the bazaar. Where you card counting? I have no idea what cards you have.
Yeah, you played that card earlier. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do I want to? Yeah. Let's do it.
Adjacent, yeah.
Might as
You
well.
want to be somewhere.
We want to be within the minor sectors. And because it matches, I can interfere for 2. May I have 2 cards, please? This might be helpful for me.
For you, yeah, to get the right cards.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm going to place both of these here.
Okay.
With the lucky kitty on
Move
top.
this up top a little bit. Okay, lucky kitty.
All right, back to you.
Back to me. Okay. Okay, I'll play this card offsuit. So it's going to be usurp 1 anywhere. I'm going to usurp here.
Okay.
So I'm going to get into this location. So
And
now,
pull?
And yes, I have to pull, right?
I don't think you technically have to, but it does say pull and add 1.
Yeah, you're right.
But it doesn't say pull 1 to add 1. You know what I mean? So I think you don't technically have to if you don't want to.
I'll probably pull.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. It has to be adjacent. All right, let's pull the green. Yeah, you're right. So part of usurping is pulling into and then adding one there.
one, yeah.
So this is gone.
Right.
But I'm going to do my 1 transfer on it, and I'm actually going to passively just transfer it into here so I can score the 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have a full 5, which is what the heist wants.
Nice.
There we go. So that goes there, and then, oops, sorry.
Oops.
And then now we get a new token.
And I gain control of this again.
You gain control of it, yep. And then we need a new token
Yes.
to go out there. So let's see what we have. Come on, Presidio. Where are you?
I don't think you've
Presidio.
landed any of that. Core second Biodivision.
Oh, that's right.
Where's here?
Yeah.
Oh, oh no,
No,
you're not green.
I'm not green.
Oh, it's a wild. Wild is great.
Wild's good. But now you only have 2, so you need 3 more to get that wild.
No
which is
problem.
quite a feat. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, halfway through this one. And of course, the agent card has to come back down. There we go. So I'll just slide up.
All right. I'm going to start by using this token. So this is usurp
Okay.
1.
Where?
I'm going to usurp in the bazaar since they have 2 influence
So you're gonna
and they
pull-
have 3
so you're gonna
here.
pull in
Yeah, I'm going to pull in from here
and then add.
and add 1.
So then
I don't
now-
think I can take them both, so I might as well.
Focus on
is-
one.
Yeah.
So you have 3 to their 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good.
So I can at least get the 3K there, hopefully at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play this card. So I can only do the top since it's part of the
Yeah.
Legion. And it says add 2 to the embassy. So I'm going to add them both.
Dang, I was gonna do something about the embassy.
Add 2 to the embassy and push 1 from the embassy. So I'll push
Okay.
you
Oh, okay.
into the Presidio. Sure. Let's just.
Sure.
Why?
That's fine.
Well, now I'm worried.
It's fine.
Let's put you in the underhive. Okay.
That's probably a better move, honestly. But then I can spring up
You can.
in multiple
That's
locations.
fine. All right. So I'm going to complete this. It's 4. I had control.
Dang.
So I got that.
I could survive 1 more turn to do something about that.
You waited too long. You
Did I?
snoozed. You
Presidio,
snoozed.
come on, Presidio. Let's go. Come on. Where are you at? The works?
Space docks and the works.
Space docks.
And the works? Where's the works? Here.
It's all the way up there.
Right there.
Ooh, that's worth 5 versus holding it for 3?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Last 2 turns.
Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to play the
Do
top.
you not want to hustle? 'Cause
Oh,
you
sorry.
have 3 cards left.
Yeah, I should
Or
hustle.
3 tokens left.
Yeah, I'm going to beguile.
Beguile.
It's a new word.
Yeah.
It says take the top card of any agent stack and move it
to any other agent stack. So you could,
Ooh.
if you want to play a Legion card last, or now, I think, right? Or if you want to play your kitty now to get the combo.
You know,
Those would be the only
actually,
reasons.
I'm not going to do that one. I'm not going to do that one right now.
Okay.
There's another way, I think. All right, I'm just going to transfer you.
Transfer?
Yeah, we're going to transfer you out of the spire.
Rude.
Yeah.
I'll take the cube.
And then I'll just, you know what? you like the embassy so much, why don't you can have it. There you go.
That's rude.
Yeah, no. All right, so I'm going to do this one. Add 1 to space docks, and then push 1 from space docks.
So you're adding one here. So then you're
Adding
at
one
5.
here. I'm at 5, which is great for that.
Okay.
And then push 1 from the space docks.
You can displace.
What's that?
You can displace.
No, if I want the 5, if I...
Oh, you want this. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
5 is better than 3, right?
Yes.
So I will leave this at 3. I don't want any like a power vacuum. So
Okay.
I will not do the
pushing?
The pushing, yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. So all this is gonna go in.
So that's it for this, right?
Yeah, because
it
it's a
doesn't
different
match.
one. Yeah. So
Okay. So you're
there.
completing that.
I am completing this.
Congratulations.
So I get the violence 5.
It's worth 5 points.
Yeah.
So.
So there we go.
All right, we get a new operation token.
New token. What am I saying? What
In the
am I doing?
bag.
Presidio. You draw. This is
Okay.
not happening.
Not Presidio.
Presidio.
Anywhere but the Presidio, the Bazaar, and Avant. Here.
Ooh.
Oh, I could take
You can
this.
take it right now.
I could.
Oh, but then you do 3 for 3. But illicit makes it 4, so it's worth it.
That's true. It is worth it. All right, let's
Yeah.
see what we can do here. First, I'm going to usurp.
Okay.
So usurping for 1, and maybe in Bio Division?
Okay, so you're gonna pull and add.
Yeah, I'll do it in Bio Division.
Okay.
So this gets pulled into here,
Okay.
and I can add 1
Okay, so
And-
they have 3 though.
to there. They do have 3,
3 to
don't
2.
they?
Mhm.
I guess that's fine, because I'm just going to play this card for the
Okay.
top effect, and it says add 1 to the spire.
Okay.
So I have control there, and then pull 2 to the spire.
To the spire.
So I'm just going to pull them.
Ah.
I'm just going to take it
Yeah.
for now. So I have 4 in there,
Okay.
and I guess I could technically take
You
illicit.
could take illicit, yeah.
Which
Which is worth 4 plus 1, 5 versus holding this for 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll take this.
It's 5 points versus 3 points, and this is a guaranteed 5 points
Yeah.
versus a struggle to maintain the 3.
True.
Yeah.
And it gives me interfere 1.
All right.
All right.
Presidio time?
Presidio.
Come on.
It's the Bazaar and the Spire.
Oh my gosh.
Right there.
What a spot. What a hotbed.
It is a hotbed. All right,
Which I
back
have
to you.
nothing to do with. Ugh. All right, let's do the Beguile.
Okay.
I think
I like that word,
I'm
beguile.
pretty sure. Oh no, because I have this on here. Never mind. I'm not doing Beguile.
Oh,
I'll
okay. You
eliminate.
keep teasing the beguile.
I'll eliminate.
Eliminate 1. Where?
Yeah, let's eliminate. Let's just get rid of you here.
Okay, so I
Make
lose
that a
control.
little bit tougher for you.
You did
More of
make
work.
it tougher for me.
Yeah. Okay, and then now I will play this card, which is a matching card. So I'll just go, to make it nice and neat, I'll just do this because we can't really manipulate
Whoa.
each other's cards too much.
Yeah,
So
we're in our last
this
card.
one, add 1 anywhere, push 1 from the same sector. So I'll add 1.
Where?
All right, I will add here. And then let's go
Oh.
ahead and just push you over there so I can take control of this. These are still worth 1 point at the end, so
Yeah.
it's a 2-point swing in a 2-player game.
Okay.
Okay, and then lockdown.
It's really
up to-
unfortunate.
yeah. So it's a lockdown up to 2 sectors of the burned card. And the sectors of the burned card we said was the space docks. So let's lock this down for them.
Lock
Lock
I
it down
see.
for them on their behalf.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I can't have the 3 points, you can't have the 3 points.
There you go.
Yeah. Not that you're coming here.
Will you add 1 too?
We do have one. There
Yeah.
you go. So now they're
have 4.
Now they're in great shape. Yep.
All right.
And you know what? I'm the one that did the lockdown.
Oh yeah. Why are we adding them?
No. They don't get
You're
this.
locking down.
Yeah.
It's that's
Yes. And then I'll lock myself down.
there you go.
Yeah, don't try it on me.
Don't tread on
Yeah.
me. All right. We are down to our final card, and I will say that the last move you made was really, really awful.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, pulling me out of here.
Perfect.
Because the way that I see it, since I'm the first player, I can't really count on controlling these sectors at the end of the game. So I might as well try to take as many operation tokens as I can.
you had a way to get the wild?
I wanted to get the wild.
Wow.
So I'm going to just eliminate you there. If I can't have it,
I mean, I'm not getting it, but that's
neither
fine.
can you.
All right.
Oh, well, it's too late. I already made my
you did it.
decision. So, all right, I'm going to play this card, add 2 to the neural network,
Okay.
and then ship 2 from the neural network. So let me just ship myself into here
What is
so I
that,
can
4?
take 4 total.
Yeah, so are you going to take illicit,
I have to take
violence?
Violence. It's 4 points. 4 plus.
It's the same.
Oh, it's the
Illicit's the
same.
same. It's fine.
I guess it's.
You're not mad.
It doesn't matter. I'm just going to take the 4.
So you're taking the 4,
Yeah.
and you're gone.
And I'm gone.
You don't have
and
the
I
control
don't
of
have
the bazaar.
anything. I'm not going to control anything at the end of the game.
That's good. That's a good thing.
It's good for you. So now, Naveen, you're down to your last card.
That was everything?
That's everything. It's not the big wow that I wanted it to be.
I mean, I could get the Spire for 3. So had you not eliminated me, I think there was a way for me to take that 5 wild, which really turns into a 7-pointer because wild would then be 5, 6, 7 for
you
the
were
frog.
bluffing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna add 1.
Okay.
Might as well. And you know what?
You're gonna go there?
Go here. Yeah, let's do it. So then I'm gonna play this card, which is just gonna be for the top portion because it doesn't match.
Yeah.
And it says add 1 anywhere. Well, I'm going right back in.
Okay.
Okay. And then displace. So this is gone, right? Because 3, 3.
Yeah.
Displace the same sector or adjacent. I'm going to displace this, which then means I put this on.
Okay.
And then you can only have 1 status token, so this just goes away. And then now I have 4.
You have 4 to their 2, so you're controlling the space docks.
They had 3 technically.
Oh, they have 3, yes, technically.
But I'm controlling the space docks, which is a minor, which means that's 3 at the end of the game. And then I do not get to take this bottom portion here because it's not matching.
All right.
That's it.
That's it, just like that. We have reached the end of the game, so we're going to go straight into final scoring, which is a little bit different in the 3rd round. Now, I'm not sure if I misspoke about this earlier, but at the end of the game, you still score the 3 credits for the Spire, which nobody did, and then 1 credit for each sector you control.
Just like normal.
So just like normal. So you have
So 1, 2.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's your 2 credits.
Thank you.
Now we're going to score the minor sectors, which we did a really bad job at scoring.
I did 1.
And each player who controls these will gain 3 more credits.
Yes.
So
3 for me.
that's just you.
Perfect.
There you go.
I'll take it.
Because these are the other 4. And Bob, if Bob were here, congratulations, Bob. And if there were any major sectors around the table, then they would score an additional 6 credits for controlling them.
Yep.
And now we're going to score the public objectives according to the top. That's depending on how many. So we flip these all
flip
face
your
up.
stuff over.
So we can
petty
kind of
crime will
see.
never be 1, so you can kind of just eliminate that as an option.
Yeah, why don't we...
I'm
Yeah,
sorting
petty
them by
crime is
type.
not... That your starting one is not going to be there. So let's just sort ours by type.
Okay, I've done that.
All right, so starting from here, fraud.
So there's 2 frauds, so let's just go ahead and say it that way.
So it's two times whatever. How many fraud do you have?
I have 1 fraud for 2 points.
So 2 credits for you. There you go.
Thank you.
I have 2 fraud.
No wild?
I don't have any wild.
Yeah, nobody got wild.
Nobody got any wild, yeah.
Okay.
So I have a total of 4 credits for them.
There are 10s, by the way, in
Yes,
the supply.
there are. And then illicit. Do you have any illicit?
I have an illicit, yeah.
You have 1 as well?
Yeah, you want to give me a 10?
Oh,
there you
sorry.
go. Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
Espionage.
I don't have 1.
I have 2.
Ooh, yes, 2 points.
So I'll take a 3, give back 1. Heist.
I have 1. Here, give me a 10.
Here's
I'll
your
give you 9.
10.
There we go.
Boom. And then fraud.
Which we already scored.
Oh, yeah, we already scored that.
Yep.
All right. So now we're just going to add up our credits as well as the point values on our operation token.
Yeah. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 27, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
45.
45.
Okay.
I don't
So
know.
I have
I'm not feeling
3, 4, 5, 16. I have 16 in credits.
Okay.
And then, let me just
The
categorize
5s
these.
each would be great.
So this is 15.
So 31.
Plus I have 20. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, oof.
4, 5. So 51.
51.
Plus 3.
54.
54.
Yeah,
So that's it.
So 54, 45.
Yes.
Ah!
54 to 45.
Yeah, you were getting around that first round. You did really well in that one.
The first round?
Yeah.
It didn't feel good. The first
You got
half
that
of the
plus
first
5
round.
on me. Yeah, that was the first half of the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
was a
then
little bit tough,
You netted
but there you
5 on
go.
that round, and then it just goes from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
very
that's
good.
it. I am the top mafia crime syndicate boss. I would
This
need
is
to
just a
reorder
game
that.
if you're the government and listening
Yeah,
to
it's
this.
just a game.
It's a game. We're not.
There's no Shadow Moon.
No Shadow
That's-
Moon. There's no real thing.
Yes.
Yep.
But there you go.
Yeah,
Good
well
job.
played. Nice.
And there you have it. That is a 2-player game of Shadow Moon Syndicate. Now, again, this game plays up to 5. So in higher player counts, you'll have fewer of these public objectives from the start. In 5 players, you won't have any.
Yeah.
At the end of the round,
Everyone just
each player
contributes,
will
yeah.
just basically, put one out. The Kingpin is only played in a 2-player game, and in higher player counts, you'll also have more types of syndicates in the game. And because of these syndicates that we were playing in our game, there were some keywords that we did not get to use,
I think, like,
specifically reanimate.
redeploy.
So some syndicates allow you to reanimate, which says add 1 to any sector on the burned card. Then you draw the burned card and place any 1 card face up on any agent stack. So that is a way of manipulating
things around, yeah.
the burned
I
deck.
had some cards that said like do stuff at the burn with the
Yeah.
burn deck, and I was like, I don't really like what's on that burn card right now.
So that would have been a good way to do that.
Yeah.
And the other one, there's also Replace, which does what you probably think it does. And the other one that we didn't get to see is Sacrifice. And that lets you draw a card and place any card from your hand on the burn pile. Add 1 to any sector on the burn card. So it's more manipulating of the burn deck.
Yep. Well, there you have it. That is Shadow Moon Syndicates. Now, this game is coming to Kickstarter in the coming days. So if you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.